Thundercats, but it seems like it's just a matter of time before all their Raxes are gone. They will have the Eye of the Storm popped from Nayrok, and he will take a free half health of this tower, as EMP Tornado is going to hit on Reality unless he pops his BKB here, which he does. Gonzo is able to clean up the Skywrath on the side, and they will find almost find this Invoker who pops Ghost form, but Annihilate will clean up the Slark here, and a Deafening Blast will whiff on a few, but the BKB will allow Nayrok to get through this Ice Path. It actually just went down as that Ice Path went out, so they are able to survive, but without Guanzo, they don't have too much push power. A very nice Hex and an Ether Shock onto Annihilate will bring him down. Salen will go down after blinking in aggressively, but well worth the kill on the Lycan, so plays from him on the Shadow Shaman. He blinked in aggressively, hexed up, dropped his wards. Definitely worth the committal of the wards to grab up Annihilate there. A very high priority kill, but they do lose their T3 here. So they do defend their racks with all the ultimates used up, except the Mystic Flare for Shadows of the Past, as Guanzo was able to bring down this Skywrath Mage of Fun really fast. And he does grab up the Ghost Scepter, as I had mentioned before, so really frustrated with being killed off. Very nice pickup with the +7 to all attributes. Very good, economically efficient item, and hopefully that'll keep him alive in some of these engagements for Shadows of the Past's sake. But they do get the Invoker as well as the Lycan in that top engagement. Nayrok able to make it out alive, but they get a couple kills there, so we'll see the experience graph dip well back into their favor. Only a 5,000 experience lead for Shadows of the Past at this point. If you take a look at the levels of the heroes, really that is only in the form of the level 19 Razor as well as the level 19 Lycan, and definitely in this under-leveled Venomancer from DK. So he does pick up a Force Staff as well as a gem, so they'll look to establish a little bit of lane control, map control here for Thundercats, which is definitely something that would certainly help if they do get one of their important heroes picked off here. That pretty much spells GG for them, with the ability of this Shadows of the Past lineup to push down buildings really quick with this Lycan. Giving away the Dire Lycan certainly something they regret at this point in the game, considering how big Annihilate is. But Guanzo pretty big in his own respect. They are going to go into the Roche Pit here, but unfortunately he is spawning in about 10 seconds or less, so unfortunate for Shadows of the Past. There he is. Roshan now up. They're going to push these lanes out though. Annihilate will probably rotate into Roche now. That was pretty much a max spawn time there, so they know he's about up. They're going to defend this top lane with 3 and probably get a solo Roshan from Annihilate here. He looks to go immediately into the pit, and actually Guanzo is going to be weary of that and look to scout this out with his Shadow Blade. They may catch Annihilate here alone, and if they do, that is a huge priority kill. Guanzo going to let his Shadow Blade expire. He's going to go in now. Pounce. Leap. There is a Shapeshift from Annihilate. He will probably look to Shadow Dance here. He's going to pop his BKB and run out. He's going to look to Jace down Chrysalid. Chrysalid going to look to juke around the trees, but he does get one fat crit from Annihilate, and now there is the re-engage with a net and a Mystic Flare onto Guanzo. He will BKB and Dark back, but it will not be enough. So a little bit too aggressive there from TC. Can't really blame them for trying to make that play. Deafening Blast as well as the Ancient Seal going to hit on Salen. He won't be able to blink out in time. He's going to be right-clicked down, finishing Riptide from F4L. Is kill secured there, and Annihilate going to take another Roche. This is pretty much GG, folks. There is a buyback available on the Slark as well as the Shadow Shaman. For those of you that are new to Dota, if you see the difference between these two graphics of the respawn times for Jakiro and Slark, this banner here does mean buyback is available, as I can show you. Jakiro does not have buyback, and the Slark does at the moment. So this banner does mean buyback is available, and that sort of circular graphic without the banner means it is not. So we'll look at the buyback status for this engagement. Not too many available on the Radiant side. Jakiro is up, however. Perhaps he will drop the Macropyre on the wave here. Tornado EMP gonna whiff on everyone. The tornado hits DK, but the EMP does not hit anyone. Ancient Seal up on Reality. He's going to get right click down with a Deafening Blast. He'll get forced back. He'll pop his BKB, get a Dragon Tail onto Annihilate, but he's isolated by the sleep here, and he's going to look to back up. He's going to get netted up as well as static linked. Guanzo going to look to perhaps re-engage on Nayrok, but Nayrok pops the BKB, and he'll go right through with the pounce, and he's taking a lot of damage. He will immediately pop Shadow Dance. DK will go in and drop the Poison Nova on everyone, and it's doing a lot of work. Nayrok going to pop the cheese, though, and he's going to be enough. Annihilate will pop his Aegis to the splash damage of Reality, and he will bring down S4, but Annihilate back up with his BKB. He doesn't have Shapeshift, however, and they will bring down in the backlines, they will bring down the Razor. Reality, however, gonna fall to an Ancient Seal, Arcane Bolt, and a right click. They're gonna Ice Path and Ward Trap Annihilate here, and he immediately pops Shapeshift as well as right clicks a few Serpent Wards to get out. Guanzo will probably find fun here with a few right clicks, and they actually do not get him in time. So still a great engagement there. Actually, I might hinder and say Thundercats there. They do save their racks. They don't expend too much. There is a buyback off of Guanzo there, but a big wave coming in top lane. No one really ready to defend it, and they're going to go right into the range racks, and he's going to get this here. So excellent play there from Annihilate to get something out of nothing there. But they do expend the buyback on the Slark. So unfortunate for them, they lose what is one of their cores. Chrysalid will drop the Macro Pyre here to finish out this wave. But there are 3 Raxes left standing for the side of the Thundercats, and their Dota 2 Canada Cup hopes are in the balance here. Guanzo going to get netted up, but he'll pop his Dark Pact, and without any support nearby, get away with a free pick on Fun here. Fun has not been having so much fun this game. Has done some work with the Mystic Flare in a few engagements, especially the one in Roche over here, where Guanzo spotted out Annihilate. But Guanzo has been continuously picking off. He's sitting at 10, 4, and 4. If we take a look at the KDA, him and Lycan the only one sitting at 10 kills. But everyone from Shadows of the Past following up the Slark of the Thundercats, and they are doing much better in that respect. There is no vision here for Reality on MJW, and perhaps he does look to go for a solo kill, but MJW, even with an Orchid and a Hex, not going to look to throw his advantage here. He will throw out a Tornado on the bottom wave and look to push it out, and he does quite a bit of damage and will promptly TP out thereafter. So Reality going to look to push out this lane a bit, just as MJW did, and we'll take a look at some item progression. There is finally this AC out for Reality here. Really not much on Chrysalid. He's got a gem as well as a Ghost Scepter to keep himself alive. There's a Mech Force and the Veil of Discord on DK. He's looking to build into his BKB, but presumably will not get there before the game is over. He's going to get hit by a long-range Tornado from MJW and even cop the damage after ticking out that low Necro unit there, melee Necronomicon unit. But he'll survive and back up, and they'll get the wave pushed out to a reasonable amount. A little bit of split pushing being done from Nayrok in the off lane. But it looks like everybody's content to sit back and farm at this point. Looks like an Abyssal will be soon to come. He's got his Belt of Strength here, needs his Javelin and his recipe for that Basher. Perhaps saving for buyback on Annihilate, but once he gets this Abyssal out, his target of choice, barring the Shadow Dance from Guanzo, is dead. We're looking at a level 23 Lycan here, compared to the highest level on Thundercats, which is a level 20 Slark. And SP Fun gonna, by accident, let let Thundercats know about the Roche spawn time, and unfortunately, he says that in all chat and does give them a smile as well, knowing that he had a little blunder there. But nonetheless, his team certainly with an advantage here. Only 3 racks do stand for the Thundercats here. Luckily, the melee one is still standing in the top lane, so they're able to keep that pushed out with fair balance. Annihilate does have his Basher recipe up. He just needs the Javelin. Looking at his buyback, he's right around that point where he can have buyback as well as buy up his Abyssal. So it seems like that will come out momentarily, and we'll see if TC go for a GG push here. They do have Guanzo postured up in the jungle, but a huge wave of split push coming out. In reality, realizes that that is the case. They may just sleep for this Rax here. I would not be surprised if FRL did that. Does not get in time though, and they will actually pop Dragon Form to clean up this wave. So pretty useful cooldown expended here. Basher does come out Abyssal for the Lycan there, as I had mentioned, so he TPs back to Grip Base and grabs that Abyssal. Presumably they will just wait for the next Roche, which we will know when it spawns in just under 2 minutes. There is F4L in this bot lane. He can sleep for an engage, but no one is nearby. Perhaps he sleeps and look for this carrier. It actually only has Sing Sing only has a TP on him, so this is the Beaver Knight, for those of you that don't know. Teamerino Tinkerino's mid player Sing Sing had his Steam ID set as, well, Steam name set as Beaver Knight for quite a while. We'll see if Nayrok did see Guanzo here. He does TP out, so perhaps just to defend bot lane. They will find this tower for free here. Nayrok will deny it up, presumably. He'll clean up the play ward to ensure that deny and find that there, but it does prevent, or it does remove another access point outside the base for Shadows of the Past. So that's the last of the outer tier towers here for both teams. Lanes pushed out well in Shadows of the Past favor in mid and bottom. Guanzo as well as Salen keeping the top lane pushed out. He's got his Ags upgrade as well as a blink. So certainly not poor on this Shadow Shaman, sitting at 4th from the bottom on the net worth chart, above the Naga Siren and the Sky Wrath of Shadows of the Past. So not sure if it's enough though. There is a Sheep, Ags, Orchid, and 4,300 gold on MJW Fan. Guanzo will go in on Nayrok here, but with the Tornado, or the Deafening Blast for that matter, as well as the Pipe Pop, he will not find a pick there. And the Lycan Wolves will scout out that Roche is not up. He will be spawning in 2 minutes, so almost 1 minute off of a complete max spawn, which is 11 minutes of Roshan. So this is a 10-minute Roche spawn, 2 minutes from the indicator point. And we'll see if they look to go on Chrysalid here. He did not have his Necro units up, so he doesn't know that Guanzo is here, as he doesn't have visibility, but Guanzo will not find anyone. Perhaps he does find MJW here, but MJW has a Sheep as well as a Orchid, so maybe it's better that he did not find him. There is a TP back from F4L's Naga Siren as he pushes out the top lane, really transitioning into a pretty useful late game hero with a Halberd and a Mech up. Mech not so important at this stage of the game, but Halberd certainly helps versus Guanzo when his BKB is not up, or DK for that matter of a reality. He does have a Crystallis up, so looking to build into a Daedalus and splash some damage around on Reality's DK. There should be an engage here bottom. There is a jump in from Salen as well as a Hex, but an instant Song of the Siren. Nayrok and Reality actually going to man up here and fight 1v1. Mystic Flare will go out on 2, but the Deafening Blast will actually push them out of the Mystic Flare, and DK going to come in with a big Poison Nova. Guanzo in Shadow Dance. He's going to look to find MJW here, and he does, as the gem is there for them. He will find Nayrok as well if he gets a bash, but he will right-click him down, and a great engagement from Thundercats, and immediately 2 buybacks out from Shadows of the Past. They brazenly look to go up ground, but smartly will back off after our Tornado from MJW, and the net will be too late to catch out Guanzo here, a priority target. They may find DK on the backside of this, but something that they are certainly willing to lose. Actually, Lycan does split push and clean up the bot. All Raxes, and they are mega creeps on the side of Shadows of the Past. Guanzo does pick him off on the backside, but certainly at the end of the day, if you look at that, worth it for Shadows of the Past. So you wonder why that mid engagement went so well for TC. It's because the rat was happening in their base, and all the Raxes are the base of Thundercats is desolate. at this point with mega creeps coming out. They may have to go for a GG push. There is a buyback available on this Lycan, as you can see. So it looks like Thundercats will push out their lanes a bit, group up, and go for a GG push here. The Basher was bought by Slark. Not much else in the way of item progression from that last engagement. So 3,200 gold is up on this Dragon Knight, but doesn't look like he's willing to spend it. And Naga Siren is actually pushing out the bot lane with her illusions, and there's a pretty big wave here as well as on top. So they will look to go on mid. There's a Sleep engagement. Mystic Flare gonna be popped onto Sleep, gonna drop. EMP gonna hit everyone. Except Reality does pop his BKB and Tide. Jump in from DK. Poison Nova onto Bree Fire as well. The Ice Path, they're going to clean up MJW real quick, but their Ancient is taken out. GG. Well played by the Shadows of the Past. So, excellent. Some rat out there to clean it up at the end. And I didn't even catch the Ancient dying there. So well played by them, even fooled me. Really wanted that last team fight to happen. Started looking good there, but unfortunately for TC, their 3-0 record in the group stage does nothing for them in the playoffs. They will get 2-0'd by Shadows of the Past here. Not gonna lie, I really enjoyed it, even though my rares were on Thundercats. So tell me if that was a bias cast. Really exciting Dota from Shadows of the Past there. Nayrok with a little bit of a chirp to the Dota 2 community on assessing them at a 27% win chance in this game. Excellent play by them. Great way to start the Dota 2 Canada Cup playoffs. And that is how we do it in the North. So thank you for joining me for the Canada Cup. I am your resident Canadian Dota 2 caster. More Rage Please Dota. You can catch me at MRP_Dota on Twitter as well as Twitch. Throw me a follow on the stream, guys. Really appreciate your support. Throw me a follow on Twitter. Send me a message. Let me know how the cast is. Let me know about anything I can do better. For sure. Looking to get better every day. Looking for support as well. Hell, if you want to co-cast with me, add me up on Twitter. Let me know. Thank you again, guys, so much for the support. I'll have more Dota 2 Canada Cup coming your way. And if there's a tournament that you feel you're not a huge fan of the casters, really do love all the casters in the scene right now. But if there's someone or some tournament that you'd love to hear me cast, let me know and I'll grab up that ticket in due time and get that going. So thank you so much for joining me tonight, guys. That's our first best of 3 of the Dota 2 Canada Cup playoffs. Unfortunately, we couldn't go to 3 games, but all hats off and all the power to Shadows of the Past. 2 great drafts and 2 really well executed plans for them. Really just siphoned away all the life of TC, slowly and methodically bringing them to their doom in both games, with both being pretty elongated times, about a 40+ minute game 1, 52 minutes roughly in game 2. If you want to play with me, there I am at More Rage Please. I'm bad. Look at my MMR. It's pretty terrible, but thank you again, guys, for joining me. Love y'all, and I'll see you in the next few days for some more Dota 2 Canada Cup action. The next date is September 21st, guys. So that will be this Sunday for the Dota 2 Canada Cup playoffs. Thanks again for joining me, guys. I am your resident Canadian Dota 2 caster, MRP Dota, and that is how we do it in the North. A Canadian Punch. Thanks for joining me, guys. I will see you once again on Sunday.